Hello, today I bring you a Steam Deck that I purchased from a recycle shop here in Japan for about 5,500 yen as junk. Junk means it may be completely broken, it may not work at all, it may be complete trash. um, but let's hope that it's not trash and it does work. The information on the small piece of paper describing it said that it's stuck on an initializing device menu, which leads me to believe that it does work. It's just the SSD on the system is corrupt. So I haven't looked at this besides I saw it out of the box at the store, and this is me opening it up and checking it out and seeing what I can discover about this Steam Deck. So it came with a power adapter, which I cannot actually tell if it's official or not. I'm supposing that it is. Set that aside. Let's open this up, take a look. So at first glance, it looks in very good condition. The screen doesn't have any scratches. There's a little bit of grime on the analog sticks. The analog sticks don't have too much play. It doesn't really look like it saw that much use, in my opinion. So it's unusual to me that it's not working. So let's try and turn it on. I don't know if it has any charge. I haven't tried to charge it up or anything yet. So let's try to power it on. See what happens. So we get a logo. And it says something in Japanese. Okay. What does it say? Let's see. Translate checking installation status, it says. And this is what the sign on the device said, that it's stuck in this mode. So what I'm going to do here is ask ChatGPT what I should do. Okay. So let's see here. My Steam Deck only boots to a screen that says checking installation status. What do I do to fix it? Okay, so it says step 1, hold down the power button for 10 seconds, shut it down, then power it back on. No. Yeah. I'm sure they've done that, and I've effectively done that already. Boot into recovery mode. Power it off by, I guess, you hold down the power button for 10 seconds. Again, let's do that. Hold down the power button for 10 seconds. Well, that wasn't 10 seconds, but afterwards, hold down the volume button down and turn it on. Get to the boot manager. And then there's a recovery mode. So volume down and power button. Let's first hide this. Volume down and power. Something different is happening. I have a black screen. Nothing seeming to happen. uh, Is it even on? This doesn't work. Try again. Volume down and power button. I hear a beep. Aha, okay. Boot manager. So this seems to tell me that it does have an SSD in it, which I expected. Now in here, somehow there's a, I guess, boot option menu. Select the option for recovery mode. Where? I don't see. Boot. What? Boot option menu. How do I click it? Oh, that wasn't right. That pushing the B button just did nothing. Went to another black screen and now it's doing nothing again. It seems to have turned off. Try again. Volume down, power button. Keep holding. Nothing happens. Release. Press volume down and power again. Wait again. Nothing happens. How about volume down, then press power. Continue holding volume down. I think that's volume down. Aha! That's the trick. But so how do I move up? The analog sticks don't move up. I can move the mouse around. I guess this is the boot option menu. Enter to select an option. I double clicked it and it just is going to go back into doing that. How do I select an option? Maybe I need to connect a keyboard to this. So that's powered off again. Still says the same thing. So volume down, press power, it makes a beep, continue holding volume down, goes to this boot menu, right? Just, okay, let's try. How do you get into recovery mode on a Steam Deck? Let's ask something else. Let's actually do a regular Google search instead of asking ChatGPT. How do you get into recovery mode on a Steam Deck? And it also shows me an AI suggestion, which is probably not helpful. In the boot manager, select a drive. Okay, whatever. Let's try Steam support instead. It says information on how to recover using a recovery image and a USB key. Okay. But let's see. Step one is shut down your Steam Deck, hold volume down. And you hear the chime, let go of the volume down button. That's not what I did. In the boot manager, boot from the EFI USB device your USB key. So you need to connect a USB key with the recovery stuff in order for it to get to recovery tools. Okay, I guess. What? Why did it just go to an error screen? I guess this is because, I don't know. Great, Steam support is busted. So let's go find this USB stick use to flash I will be back. Okay, so the nearest two things I could find to theoretically put the recovery image on is a SD card I bought for about $5 on sale from a nearby electronics store, and Elgato USB-C hub, because Steam Deck doesn't have a USB-A port and I need something to plug it in. So this, because I also need an adapter for the SD card to connect to this. I happen to have one here handy that I've been using for a while. So let's crack these things open. Okay, so we have a fresh 64 gig SD card here. Stuff it in our reader. Step one is we need to flash the image. I will connect it to my computer here. And here you can see the drive is empty, which is what we want. Let's go back to... All right, so here, my computer, you can't hear this, I don't think, but it's beeping repeatedly and blipping out and opening more and more copies of the same window over and over again. I think there's something wrong with my card reader or the hub that I've connected to my computer or the port on my computer. So I'm going to find, step one, a different card reader. This card reader is rather old. I have newer ones, so I will go get a better card reader. Okay, so here we have a much newer SD card reader, which is actually UHS-2 SD 4.0 reader, which means it supports the newer type of cards. Let's remove this card that I have in here that I don't know what I was last using it for. Let's disconnect the old reader. Plug this into the much newer one. Connect. Let's leave the hub for now and see what happens. If the hub is an issue, I'd like to know. This is connected now. Close all the multiple copies of Windows. So it's still blipping in and out. So that means it's perhaps the hub. So let's replace the hub with a different hub and see what happens if it continues blipping in and out. So it also doesn't show up right now at all. As you can see here, it's just showing my regular drive. It's not showing an external drive whatsoever. What happens if I remove and reinsert the card? Anything? Nothing. It works even worse. Okay, let's try plugging it into a different port on the hub. Beeps when I disconnect. Beeps when I connect it. Nothing shows up. Great. Okay, I will go get a different hub. Okay, so instead of getting a different hub, because all the hubs that I have very short cables, and my working space where we can see things here is farther away from the computer than I can plug the hub in and show what's going on with the hub. So I got a USB extension cable and plugged it into a different port on the computer. I disconnected the hub from the port that was the front ports of my computer, and I'm going to plug my hub into this extension cable and see now if anything shows up. So here I have extension cable, the hub plugged into it, the card reader plugged into the hub, and you can see still no drive appears. So let's next try removing the hub and plugging this card reader directly into the extension cable that leads to a port on the motherboard itself. Let's see here, extension cable, card reader, nothing shows up. So why is this? We could perhaps assume this card reader, the newer one, maybe it needs extra power. Maybe it needs extra power in order to work better at all. Let's disconnect this card reader. Plug back in the other card reader that was blipping in and out. Plug this into the extension cable directly, going to the motherboard. Wait a second, see what happens, if anything. I don't hear any beep. Let's unplug it. Plug it in again. I heard a beep. Shows up. Okay, so now the drive does show up. It blips out again. Blips in again. Blips out. Blips in. Okay, so I do believe this card reader is broken, or the card is actually defective. So let's plug back in the newer card reader again. Let's plug the card into the newer card reader. Wait again. See if anything happens this time. Still nothing. Let's look at the device manager. Okay, so I was unable to, let's put this below me. I was unable to capture the device manager screen using window capture on OBS because reasons it doesn't let you do that. So I had to capture a portion of the screen, crop it, and now you see the result. You can see that it does show a USB storage device is connected. What's strange is it doesn't show up that there's a drive that can be navigated. Maybe the card display is affected, the file system, by which card reader it uses. That doesn't make any sense. So let's see here what it says about this device. Nothing. So we need to go to the old device manager. So the old device manager, how do we get to that? Here's the control panel. You used to be able to go to administrative tools and then click device manager. I actually don't remember how to do. Here we go, device manager. Let's try this one. There, okay. So we don't need administrative tools. We've got the device manager. You see a bunch of unknown devices. That's not useful. USB. No, wait, no, we do want to administrative tools because we want to see the drives. So how do we get to administrative tools? Let's go back to control panel. Admin. How do we get to administrative tools anymore? I actually don't know. Windows tools. Computer management. This is what I wanted. Disk management. Disk management, removable. no media. It shows 1 and 2. Why does it show 2 removable discs? Let's disconnect this and see if it... Unplug it. Now there's 0. Okay. Plug it back in. And I plug it back in. Will something appear? Let's see, refresh. Rescan. What does rescan do? It just hangs. Great. Maybe because there's something wrong with my SD card? Okay, look, it did finally work. But why does it say there's no media in both? So I'm guessing this is because there's 2 ports. There's like you look here, there's a small port for micro SD cards and then a regular port for SD cards. I'm willing to bet it allows you to do this, have simultaneous cards in both. And that's why it shows up as 2 with no media in them. So let's unplug my SD card, plug my SD card back in, and nothing seems to happen. Can't format these. It says there's nothing in them. Let's try reformatting the SD card with the older, seemingly broken reader, and then putting it in the new reader. So I'm going to disconnect the newer reader, place the card in the older reader that blips in and out, reconnect it to the port. Now it shows up. What does it show in here? It says it's a 64 gig card, which that's what it's supposed to be. It says exFAT and an unallocated part. So let's just reformat this drive. Let's delete. Okay. Delete both volumes. The one volume, create a new volume. Create new volume doesn't appear to work. Now it works. Why didn't it work the other 2 times? Who knows? Let's say formatted to capacity. Why is it assigning to E instead of D? Who knows? Let's not format it as NTFS. Let's format it back to exFAT. Again, quick format, yes, format. Shows up again. Now let's eject the card reader and then disconnect the card reader, remove the SD card, place the SD card in the newer reader, plug it back into the computer, and wait and see if it shows up. Still doesn't show up. Okay, so I'm going to go and look for yet another card reader. Okay, so I have returned with another card reader. This one I seem to recall working. I seem to recall this one working as well, and you can sort of see it partially works. So let's remove yet another previously used micro SD card from this one first. Place it to the side, disconnect the new fancy card reader that should work but does not. Connect. You can see this card reader is falling apart a little. Place the SD card, theoretically new and working, into this card reader. Connect it to the port, and immediately shows up as a drive. You can see that it's here. It's not going away. So theoretically it works now. So now let's go back to Steam support. Let's refresh this article that was stuck. Let's follow the utilities. It says to use Rufus. Do I still have Rufus installed? Probably download. It doesn't really install. So let's first download the recovery Steam Deck image. Is 2.5 gigs. Take a few minutes. While that's going, let's hit back. Go and get Rufus, which is generally a good thing to use for installing images to drives, well, to cards or drives. Mostly I use it for cards, like cards and USB sticks. So let's download the latest version. Run it. No, I don't want to check for updates. So now here is Rufus. I have another 54 seconds. Okay, so the image finished downloading. I'm going to try to drag the image into Rufus, which does work. And I guess I just hit start. It says it will destroy everything on my drive. Great. And it's writing. All right. So the image says 100%, and it says please wait, because that makes sense. So we wait more. Okay, so now it actually reached 100%, and it doesn't say 100%, it just says ready. So close this. We can hide our window here. I can, well, I will eject instead of just pulling the cable. Now I will connect my working card reader with the Steam Deck. I will hold minus, then I will press power. It beeps. I will hold minus still, which does not match the instructions, but it does work. And now it's defaulting to the USB device, and I don't really know which button to push to select it. It's great. Thanks, Steam, for having a shitty boot manager. I believe I can maybe push B. Let's try that. Hear the fan spinning. I don't think B is correct. I bet it's A. Let's power it off again. is off. Hold minus. Press power. Beeps. Hold minus. Wait. Goes to the menu. This time I'll press A. That does a lot more. It shows the logo now, so it's actually doing something. Unlike before, it's doing nothing. What again are we supposed to do now? After you've stuffed it in, you can clear data. Well, you can re-image it, clear the local data, or reinstall SteamOS. It says re-image Steam Deck will perform a full factory reset, which is what I think I want. Assuming this is even booting to the recovery image, it's still just sitting on the Steam logo without any text or anything. Sort of imagining something is happening. I hear the fan spinning up a little. Maybe that's a good sign? While we're waiting for this, let's ask ChatGPT some more questions. Namely, on the Steam Deck boot menu, it says press enter to boot. What happens if I press A or B, as I don't have a keyboard connected? A or B supposedly corresponds to enter and escape. So B is escape, which seems to be what I noticed. And A is enter, which they probably should have told us. If in doubt, push A. Great. I pushed A. I'm still waiting. Okay, so as best as I can tell, it's stuck and it's not working. I think the power should be connected to the Steam Deck while it's attempting to boot, definitely when you're writing the recovery image. So I'm going to connect this powered hub to the Steam Deck and try this again. So let's power off the Steam Deck. Remove card reader. Now let's plug the power cord that this came with into power. Okay, so I plugged in the AC adapter. Let's connect this to the power input of the hub. Let's plug the hub into the Steam Deck. And this hub has a card reader built into it. Let's see what happens if we attempt to use it. Plug the card into the hub. And that's hold L minus, press power, beeps, hold minus, wait. Now has network boot ability, which I don't want. Clicked on USB device. I think that was the right one. Now it's actually doing something, and I pressed down the touchpad in order to boot, and that seemed to work differently than A. I'm sort of curious if A would have worked now, or if A just leads to an infinite nothing. So this seems to be working better. Good news. I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit so you can see it a little better. Even though there's a reflection from my ceiling and from the camera mount, I should be able to improve what you're seeing on the Steam screen a bit. Not much, but a little. Okay, so now we have KD Plasma. Why do I care about that? I don't. Let's just close this welcome to KD Plasma. Ugh, I can't click with this. I now want to connect a mouse because using this touchpad is terrible. Let's try this. Let me get a mouse and plug it in. Okay, so I've acquired a mouse. I'm going to plug it also into the hub and see if it works. And it does. So now I can use a mouse instead of the terrible touchpad. So they said re-image Steam Deck is the thing that does everything. Let's double click that. It will re-image, proceed. Now we wait some more. And the speed is about the speed of my SD card. So that's good. 40 megabytes per second. You can already see the fact that it booted to this screen is letting me do interactive UI things and use a hub means very likely that this Steam Deck is fine. And I have acquired a working Steam Deck for $35, which is pretty awesome. If this reimage doesn't work, I would think that just means that the SSD chip in it is bad and needs to be replaced, which I might do anyway, depending upon the size of it. I don't know what the size of the SSD in this Steam Deck is yet. I haven't even looked up the model yet to see what this is. It doesn't look like an OLED screen, so I'm guessing this is just the improved, slightly bigger screen. What is the model on this? Let's not move it around while it's re-imaging. It's not the greatest idea. Hey, it's finished imaging. Now it's imaging the OS platform. I guess it was imaging something else before. That part is done. Continuing on, creating the grub boot configuration file. Doing it twice. Ah, it says it's done. You can click proceed to reboot. Why didn't they just call it reboot then instead of proceed? Whatever. Now, everything's still connected, but theoretically it shouldn't be stuck on initializing Steam Deck. And hopefully there's a way to change it to not be in Japanese. The wonderful, we don't know what's going on, we just get a Steam logo. Delightful. I wonder if I can like hit escape and see details. B is supposedly escape. Nope. Look, it's doing something now. Hey, looks like it's working. I can select English with B, which doesn't work because that's escape. You have to hit A. I'm not in Pacific time zone. I'm in Japan, which is somewhere here. I'm not in Central Asia. Aha, Japan. Now it wants to connect to my internet. Well, I don't want to connect to it right now. What happens if I hit back? Nothing useful. What happens if I hit info? Nothing. What happens if I hit Steam button? I guess I have to connect it to the internet. Okay, so this is my internet, and that's the wrong button. I need to hit I need to hit A. And now how do I type in the password? That's now connect to keyboard. Because I don't feel like using it. Well, I don't know. Is it touchscreen? Either way, it's okay. So it's fine. Oh, maybe. Don't look. That's the beginning of the password. What's the rest of it? I have a picture of this long password on my phone somewhere. Let's see here. Connecting to my internet. Continue. Now, we wait some more. So what happened that I've cut out is it finished its progress bar, it rebooted, and it's returned to the wonderful Steam Deck logo where you have no idea what's happening. I think they should make more progress bars or show that something is happening. Because I now correlate the Steam Deck logo with stuck. Seems to be doing something. So, what is my account name? I don't actually know if it's my name now because I changed it or it's my username. Let's see. Well, I could like sign in. Oh, I can. I can sign in with the mobile app. I think I have the mobile app. Let me see. So let's install the mobile app. So, hey, what is it doing now? Let me move this to the side a little bit. Let me zoom the camera back out. And I just knocked something on the floor. Let's see, Steam. Let's install the Steam app. It says it is installed, but I couldn't find it. Let me see if I can log into my account here. Okay, I don't know what my Steam account name is. Let's look at Steam itself on my computer. It says... So I think I was using the right thing, but I guess I just don't know what my password is. I'm going to have to reset my password, which I hate doing. So enter my email. I'm doing this on the app, so the world doesn't have to get to watch me enter my password. Okay, so it says it sent me a link to reset my password. So let's check my email. I have a link. I'm clicking resume recovery from the link. Self-recovery is not available because you need additional security because I locked myself out of my account too many times and my phone number changed and I don't have access to the old phone number, so my account is basically somewhat screwed. How do I do this? I don't know. I guess just keep trying more passwords and hope that I can remember what it is. Maybe I have it stored in my keychain on my computer, which is not the computer I'm using to stream. So I'm going back to the other computer with my KVM, checking my KeePass, see if it has my Steam password. I have to unlock my KeePass first. And there's no Steam in my KeePass. Wonderful. Maybe I recorded it in Notepad instead. Checking Notepad. Nope. I don't think I would have done that anyway, but it's not there either. Okay, so how the heck do I log into it? Maybe it's a more simple, stupid password? How do I... Like, I'm already logged into the freaking thing on 2 other computers in my house. I don't understand why I can't use one of those to log into it. Because it's on the same network. What happens... I forgot my password. You can see here, if I say this and enter my email account, oh, it says I don't have the CAPTCHA, but select fire hydrants. Or fire hydrants. But I did enter the CAPTCHA. This is pretty common. The CAPTCHAs for Google don't work for me, which is pretty much crap. Like, you can see that I'm selecting the correct BS for these stupid CAPTCHAs, and it does not work for me. Buses. See, there's the bus, right? There's the bus. Verify. Doesn't work. You know, it's just like, what is the freaking point of CAPTCHAs if they don't actually freaking work? Might as well just enter gibberish. So, and now what do I do? Like, okay, let's try again. Here's fire hydrants. Fire hydrants. Fire hydrant. I don't see any more fire hydrants. I mean, you can't, well, I mean, here's one. Very slow to, okay, so look, I did select all the fire, hey, look, it worked that time. Okay. And it still says you failed to answer the CAPTCHA, which is BS. You saw it passed, right? You saw it passed. Do it again. I'm not a robot. Select cars. There's a car here. There's a car here. There's the edge of a car here. Still loading. There's some cars in the distance there. Loading. I don't see any cars there, so let's hit verify. It says checkbox. Now watch. I hit search. It says you didn't answer the captcha correctly. This is crap. So that doesn't work. Let's try it from my phone again instead. So let's set the Steam Deck aside. You can see me do it on my phone. I forgot my password. Here's my email. I'm not a robot. Search. We found an account. I do have access. Email me a link. Now, watch. If I go back here and I select my email and I refresh my email. And here we go. Steam account recovery. Resume recovery. Continue. It says self-recovery is not available because they suck. So the hell. Your current email address. So this is the problem. I don't know actually how to log into my Steam account besides that I am logged into it. And I've been using it this way for like a year. So let's enter my Steam email here. And let's zoom in some more so you can see this idiocy that I've been dealing with for quite a long time. And now I need to hit the button to be able to use my mouse again on my computer. This is a major problem for me in my Steam account. So, what is the username? This is my username. First email you used on your account. I believe it's always been the same freaking thing that I entered here. So let's copy this one. Well, now it pasted more than I wanted. Paste. Provide a phone number from your account. Well, see, this is the problem. The phone number on my account is I don't have access to it. It was a Google Voice number, and I didn't use it enough, and Google just deleted it from me, so I don't have access to it anymore. So let's put in my US phone number that I now live in Japan, but this is my US phone number. Have you purchased games on your account? If you've used a credit card with your Steam account, I mean, I don't know which credit card I used. I think I've recently used my credit card. Let's see. I think I used this card, but I don't know. But let me look at Steam on my computer that I am logged into and see. So it says the last one I used is a credit card ending in a certain number here. Where's the card that has that number? I think it's this card here that I have. So the last 4 digits of that card are numbers. Put in my name. If you've registered a CD key to your account, please attach an image of the CD key. Now, the problem here is I don't use CD keys. Who does anymore? I use keys from like Humble Bundle and stuff like that, but it wants an image of the CD key. I can't give you an I don't think that's what they mean. Like an image of a Humble Bundle key, that wouldn't make sense. So I skip that, and you'll see that this is a problem because it demands that you have that, and I don't have that, so I don't understand. So I hit send, and it says, "Please provide details about your issues." I can't reset my password. I'm not a robot. Send. We just sent an email to you Yeah, okay. So they sent me another email. So let's go back out of here. Let's go to my email. Let's go back. Let's refresh my email. And so it sends me a code. Copy the code. Go back to Steam. Paste the code in. No, that's not the... No, I need the code here. Wrong. Okay. Send me... Your help request has been submitted. They will send me an email. Okay, great. So now I'm hosed. I just wait until they do something. So to be continued. It will continue for you automatically. For me, I have to wait a bunch.